Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 20 of Direwolf20's FortressCraft Evolved series. Just logging into my world for the day. Minor little bits of work and effort between last episode and this one. Let me just collect my lithium and tin and iron. Actually getting almost a little bit low on tin. Because my tin vein wore out, so I had to move that. I upgraded all the energy storage things over here, probably where a good bit of tin went to as well, to tier 2s instead of tier 1s, so we have like a massive bank of power over here. But also, my laboratory is done. Nice. Orbital power transmission ready to be collected. Very cool. For the heck of it, let's go ahead and research rolling stock, because apparently it's very cheap and easy to research. So we'll let that run for a few minutes. And let's see what we got as a result of orbital power transmission. Do we have new recipes? Just the mass storage block and the orbital energy transmitter component. Use this to transmit power to your orbital space station. Must be built 13 tall with a 9x9 base. Wow. Power required 250. Cool. So let's see. I literally have not done this at all yet. I have no idea what's involved here. So it's something I'm going to probably start working on soon. I don't even know what tab it's in. I would expect power, but I don't see it there. It wouldn't make sense to be in this tab, right? Maybe this one? Jetpack. I do need to make a jetpack. I want to make a jetpack. Why haven't I made a jetpack yet? What's wrong with me? Orbital energy transmitter component. All right, he's just, yeah, cool. Oh, wow. He needs some things. Okay, I mean, they're not terribly hard to make, but they're things that we'll need to make. So, use this to transmit. Must be built 13 tall with a 9x9 base. Wow, that's actually quite a lot. Yeah. We're gonna need some stuff. Not that that's gonna be hard. I think that should be easy to manage. We'll get to that, though. It's not something I'm gonna jump into right now, even though it's pretty much the next thing to work on. Let's make a jetpack. I keep saying I want to make a jetpack, and then you know what I don't do? Make a jetpack. 24 high energy component pellets and 16 low-grade steel bars. Luckily, that shouldn't be hard to make. I'm going to make a bunch of those, because over here I should have close to... Oh wow, I have exactly 24. Nice. And then I'll put these guys in here so that he'll start making more energy stuff. This thing should be running now. Beautiful. So between episodes, I did a little bit of work. I set up a little bit of automation here so that these high energy pellets work their way over to this jet turbine generator I've got set up. And then underground, whoosh, I set up a couple power transmitters. So we've got power storage, a tier 3 energy transmitter here, which I need to move this thing. Yep, that's better. And cool. So that guy beams over there. This is a tier 2 power transmitter that beams over to here. I forget if I added, yeah, I put a crystal lens in there. So that thing's sending power over to the refinery. I removed the coal generators that I had down here. Told you I was going to do that. I didn't think you guys needed to see that on camera. That's still a tier 3. And then we've got this whole setup here taking care of the matter transmitter. So this tier 3 power transmitter is beaming large amounts of power into this, which is a decent sized power storage array for the lasers that are above it. And then another tier 3, which is beaming all the way underneath over to here. And if we pop out over here, we can quickly and easily see what we're looking at. So here's some Mark II energy turrets, right? This is being powered by that tier 3 laser. This is the other set of Mark II energy turrets. There's 4 of them right here. I might eventually upgrade those to tier 3 power storages, but for now, tier 2 should suffice. And then we have a couple more just sitting here. I made a bunch of these, so that should be cool. So for now, that should be a decent amount of defense for our base. And we have a few more energy turrets over here. Because we're starting to see some nasty bosses show up, as we saw in the past episodes. And those bosses are actually pretty darn tough. So I need ultimates. Let's get some of that going. So 20 and 60. That should be cool. I might rearrange some stuff just to get all that I need for the orbital power transmitter. Maybe I'll make 3 sets of PCB makers. That might be cool, just so we can have all 3 going at once. But that's pretty much all I worked on between this episode and the last one. Everything else, pretty much the same. I did, like I said, find another tin vein. It's over here. So this tin vein, it's not completely used up, but it's pretty much completely used up because there's 60 M3 and 60 total ore, so we were getting 1 ore every 30 seconds. Never a good time. So this tin vein is cruising for us and doing what it should be doing. There's 343,000 in there. Beautiful. Might not be a bad idea. To snag... There we go. Knew I had one of those laying around. Just to, you know, not waste tin. Because even though it's a tier 1 ore and we have tons of it, like, it's actually the one we have the least of right now. Look at that. Yeah, we've got a lot of everything but tin. But, I mean, we still have 1,000, so not going to sweat it. Let's pop down and check in. One thing that we are out of, by the way, is gold. I know that much. Because I've been kind of keeping an eye on it down there. Whoosh. Down we go. So you can see on my conveyor lines, no gold is coming in. We've pretty much burned up our gold reserves. But I'll pick up all this stuff. See, there's like 1 every now and then. So that tells me we've done the same thing over here. We've got it to the point where there's only 1 in each ore vein. Let's see. So yeah, 28 pieces of gold remain. So not much. We're gonna have to find more gold at some point, but at the same time, I've got 9,000 ingots. I'm not in that much of a rush to get more gold. At least I don't think so. And I don't even think that was an ingredient, was it? I know it was a couple different types of stuff, but I don't think that was an ingredient in what we needed to make for that orbital power transmitter. I think what I do want to try today, though, is maybe check out like a really large bank of power. That sounds like fun to me. So I want to investigate like what tier 4 and tier 5 power storage looks like. Well, you know what? I can just teleport down, can't I? Teleporter, go! I always forget that I put the teleporter down there. It still feels expensive to use in terms of power usage, but that's okay. So, let's check out making a tier 4 storage. Tier 4 storage doesn't seem too bad, but tier 5 I imagine will be quite pricey. So, tier 4 storage block. I've actually never made these and I want to try it out. So, Mark 4 battery component, 3x3x3. So, total of 27 of these, right? And to make them, we're going to need 9 Mark 3. So, we're going to need 27 Mark 3 power storages. So, we're going to need a lot of tin plates, actually. So, that's going to be cool. Let's get our stampers going with tin. Go. Make a good 100 of those, right? Stamp, stamp. These I don't think are tin, right? Yeah, those are lithium plates. So I guess I don't have tin plates hanging around too handy. Are these tin plates? Yeah, those are tin plates. But we're actually going to need quite a few more of those, but for now at least, let's get 2.
Crafting.
Yeah, let's wait for some more tin plates to come through. So I'll come back in a minute here once I've gotten more tin plates and I'm ready to craft up this Mark IV power storage, which apparently stores 270,000 power. Sounds like a lot. And the Mark V stores 4.5 million power, which sounds crazy. 9 meters tall with a 5x5 base. So we're going to need 225 of these in total. That's insane. That's a large number of battery components. But we'll try it out. So, back in a minute, guys. So real quick, just want to note that we got the rolling stock research completed. And now we can start on improved minecarts, which has a lot of stuff. So rolling stock is minecart system. I've never really played with it too much, but as you can see, there's a minecart depot, a loading and unloading station. I kind of want to check them out, but we'll see. Basic minecart, straight, corner, slopes. Some cool stuff. I'm pretty sure minecarts can only go up slopes though, like they can't go vertically like the conveyors can. But they can store quite a lot of stuff. Oh, what's this? With all these perfectly preserved unknown parts, maybe we can, some use can be made of this. Okay, anthropological osteology. That's new. I'm not familiar with that one. So what did that get for me? Anything cool? Nothing new over here. I'm not sure what that unlocked. Oh well. But I do want to think about rearranging some of the stuff over here, because this is kind of a big mess. We've got a lot of tin coming in. I made a couple more stampers just to triple the speed that this runs. See? Much faster now. Speaking of tin bars, I should go get more. Back in a second. I'm almost done with the tin bars I need. Alright, let's see if I have enough of this. Control click.
Crafting.
Nice! I did. Cool. Alright, Mark IV battery components.
Crafting,
1, 2,
crafting,
3.
crafting.
And I'm going to assume that Mark V battery components require Mark IVs. Wow. Yeah, they do. It requires 27 of them to get 25. So if we need 225 total, then what we're going to wind up needing is, yeah, lots of Mark IV battery components. Nice. But for fun, let's try setting this up. Because like I said, I've never done this before. So Mark IV battery components here goes nothing. I guess, where do I want to store these things? I don't know how these work. So for now, maybe I'll store it like right in front of this thing. So this was a, let's put it 1 deep into the ground, because that might look cool, right? So this line, so let's put it here actually. Like I said, never built this before. Hey, there we go. Wow, that's a big battery component. Nice. Power 0 out of 27. Okay, cool. So that actually might look a little bit cooler if it wasn't into the ground. So let's rebuild it above ground. I know. Dyer can't make up his mines. Bad direwolf. 27? Good. There we go. So yeah, let's put it right here. Just because I didn't know what that looked like, now I do, so changing my mind on how it's going to work. So that'll come along here, so yeah, that should be fine. So it's basically a multi-block power storage, which is pretty cool. Here and here. Nice. That is cool. All right, let's get some power into this bad boy. So if we really, it said it can't share with, will not accept power from adjacent power storage blocks. It does have double the density of tier 3 batteries, so that's cool, right? Yeah. So we're gonna want a couple tier 3 laser energy transmitters.
Crafting.
I want to say we're getting low on tier 2 ores, but we don't have a stupid amount of them at this moment. So let's see, if we popped down here. So we'd probably want, what? We could probably do something like this. Let's put this guy here. So he won't share from adjacent, right? So we have to do this with energy transmitters. That's something to keep in mind. So maybe I don't want to do this underground. Maybe we want to do this above ground. So if I put this thing here and here, is that going to be cool? Are you getting power? We're going to find out in a second. Yeah, you are. Nice. Average transfer per second is only 120. So what's that about? What if we put the tier 3 storage power right on top of it?
Crafting.
Hopefully this guy would start getting power as well from this thing. So he's probably revving up. That's probably what's happening, to be honest with you. Let's let this thing rev up and see what happens. Yeah, he's still... I don't think he, like, will immediately jump from a low power output to a high. Q to reset. Cool. So once this thing hits max power, right, we'll see. And this thing's building up. He's already got 10,000 power, so that is cool. And I wonder if I can, like, put machines on him. It says it won't transfer to adjacent energy storage blocks, but can I put, like, guns on top of him? I don't know. So this thing's running at some serious speed right now. 300 and something power a second. So if I reset this guy... So yeah, see, he's now transferring an average of 270-ish. That's cool. Okay. Almost 300 power a second. Very cool. Alright, so we'll let that thing run for a bit and just store a huge, massive amount of power. That's kind of cool. I might eventually move him downstairs. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just kind of getting the hang of how this all works with this new power system that I haven't played with before. But I definitely think that looks cool. Yeah. Alright, now that I understand how this works, I might actually decide I want to move him downstairs. So yeah, I'm destroying a bit of power. It's not the end of the world, though. That should be fine. Alright, let's rebuild it down here. Does that sound cool? I'm thinking right underneath where this one will be centered, right? So this should be right around here. Alright, so let's put it here. And then I could probably clear out under my base and transmit power as needed. But for now, we'll at least just build up a big old chunk. See, that crash is in my way. That thing's bothering me being there, but oh well. Let me clear out a decent amount of space down here real quick. Oh yeah, I wanted a jetpack, didn't I? See, I told you I keep trying to make a jetpack and then forgetting.
Crafting.
Haha, I've got a jetpack. So I think J to turn it on, and you'll notice on the top left it indicates that it's on. And I think I need to have... Whoa, hello. That is actually pretty darn fast. That is cool. Don't stand behind that. That's neat. I've actually never played with a jetpack before. That's kind of cool. Where did that thing go in my inventory? I just want to do a help on that dude. Uses a lot of power. Activated with J. You only need one of these. It must be kept in your inventory to function. Okay, that's about all you want to tell me. That's fine. Alright. That is cool. Nice. So I was going to clear out a large amount of area here. What I was going to do is grab my BFL, and I'm thinking like right here-ish? What if we rotated this dude down? Is he getting power now? I guess not. Let's put him... right like that. There we go. Nice. Okay. That'll clear out a decent amount of space. Be right back. Alright guys, cleared out a decent amount of space down here so that we can build in relative safety. What I'm thinking is we could build like right about here for this power storage thing, and eventually maybe we upgrade him, right? And if we wanted to power something that's like above us, then clearly it would be easy to do. We just poke a hole through the ground and let the laser shoot up through it. so this should be fine. Yeah, now that I have a better understanding of how this thing works, I think that should be plenty. So, I'm thinking I could put a, let's see, I definitely want these to be like Mark III. So this is one more. That should be lots. Nice. So that'll be transmitting lots of power over there. We've got a tier 3 power storage there. This thing will probably ramp up its current power output pretty quickly. And then we'll fill up this 270,000 power storage thing, which is nuts. I'm debating now if I want to like remove this laser that's powering these things and just have everything focus off of this. So I could have all 3 turbines that I create feed into the central battery, and then the battery feed out to the rest of the base. That might not be a terrible idea. But for now, I don't want to... There's the emerald focusing lens that I've got. So I'm guessing what I could do is something like... I mean, obviously this is going to require more power transmitters this way. It could be something like that, right? And then I don't actually need... Well, I should have that there still because that's how I'm currently transmitting to this one. So, I mean, obviously that's a little bit more of a power transmitter type thing, but we'll see. So let's see. Your current RPM is up to, wow, 380. That is awesome. Okay. Let's let this run for a few minutes, and I'm going to see if I can just make these lasers a little bit neater. So this should come as no surprise, but I changed my mind again. I'm thinking I might want to have maybe 1 battery per jet turbine, but we'll see. For now, I just decided to move this one in line so I don't have to keep doing these silly corner things. And that's working out pretty well for me thus far. So, we're cruising. Nice. So this thing's running at a 320 power per second, which is pretty nice. And everything's operating efficiently around the base. Cool. Let's start working towards building something to make our orbital laser thing, because that's really going to be what we need to focus on. So we're going to need Ultimate, Advanced, and XL. So we're going to need each of the tier 3s. Let's build that over here. So we're going to want 3 sets of those. Do I want to latch on to what I've been doing here? Yeah, I can dismantle that. It's kind of a mess. Let's snag some of this stuff as well. I've got a bunch of things to pick up here, but that's okay. So let's take these all apart. Maybe I'll rearrange this whole thing. I've been kind of saying I want to do this for a while, and there's no time like the present. Cool. That looks pretty good. So we'll leave everything else as is for now. We'll probably move these laser transmitters and power storage blocks so that each one has it. But let's get a recap. Let's also check in here and make sure I don't have any extra machines. Uh-oh, attackers are incoming. That's good to know. So I've got more stamper plants here. I'm thinking, so we're going to want 3 sets of these, right? So we really only need 9 stamper plants. Let's see. So if I wanted 3 sets of each, so we're going to need 9 stamper plants and then 3 of each of these kind. So more copper wire, more copper coil, of course. Hassle, hassle, hassle. I've got the copper wire, so that's cool. Let's get the coiler plant set up. We'll put this guy here and go. Make me a copper coil, please. Many thank yous. So one more of you, and one more of you.
Crafting.
Cool. So the way we're going to want this to work is, ideally I'd like to be able to just put the whole set of ingots in and have everything else handle how fast they get pulled out and whatnot. So how should we manage that? So we need a 3-to-2 ratio, right? So if we looked at the PCB assembling plant, right? I don't think the help topic has been updated yet, has it? Probably not. No, wait, that's PCB assembler. We want the research assembler, which we're also going to need 2 more of. I forgot about that guy. But I still think he's 3-to-2, right? Yeah. It even says it. If you just mouse over it, it tells you 6 plates and 2 PCBs. So really, we need 3 plates to 1 PCB. Okay? I just want to keep an eye on this power situation over here. Yeah, we're good. We should have plenty of juice to knock out all these nasty bugs attacking me. And wow, look at all the junk. That is cool. Large amounts of stuff. Okay. So yeah, 3-to-1, right? So let's see. How should we handle that? So I've not actually tested this, but I'm going to give it a shot. Let's say it's safe to assume that all these machines operate at the same speed. If so, I should be able to do something like this. So if we were to put this guy here, and then we had 3 stamper plants coming off of them. So if I did 1, 2, and 3, and I think I can do this underneath, right? So we'll do stamper, 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 and then extruder, coiler, PCB, right? I think that would be doable. And I'm pretty sure that if I then ran conveyor belts, so this guy could terminate, let's say, at a storage hopper here. We'd probably also want a storage hopper here. Or we could have one here. Let's go with that one, right? And then we'll have these guys running along this path. See, I don't want him to pull out of this. That's the one trick that we want to avoid. So what I'll probably wind up doing then is something like this. Let's see, if I had this. Let's have this go down 1 level. Does that sound like a cool plan? Yeah, I like this. Hold on, this will work. So if we go like this. So we'll do from here, we'll go down a level, right? So I guess it'll actually go there, right? Like that. And then 1 into here. And then the one on the ground here will be the same, right? So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this. That should all work. So those 3 will all feed into this guy, and then we'll have a research assembler here, right? That'll be receiving power from this guy. Cool, so he'll build up power. If we really wanted to, we could even have like a nice big storage bank there, right? And that thing will fill up. Cool. So 3-to-1. So in theory, this should work. So I want to test it now, right? So I'm going to test it with titanium. So let's put 80 of these in here, right? Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I'm right about how everything operates at the same speed, it should, in theory, be perfectly balanced. So let's come back in a minute once everything is done, and we'll see if I'm right about this perfect balancing. Why are you guys getting copper? Why are you getting plates in here? You shouldn't be getting plates. Did I do something that's funky? Or am I imagining plates going into there? There shouldn't be any plates going into there. But there are. Why? Why are there plates going into there? Where are they going from? Oh, because it's getting pulled out of here. Not the end of the world. Not exactly what I would want. So what I might do is move this guy over to here. But it'll still work. I just wanted them to be separated. So, but that's okay. And let's set this to machines add, remove, and remove. So that way we're all good. All right, we'll be back in a minute once this thing is finished processing everything. All right, so it looks like Q and Q, I just got 10 ultimate experimental pods. So that actually worked really well. So I'm going to set it machines can remove only from you, remove only from you, and we're going to make this add only. So I just rearranged the conveyor line so that now it doesn't have to be. Like, I could really probably feed everything into the same storage hopper. And I might change it to do that just to keep things a little bit simpler, but I really just wanted to make sure that everything was running smoothly. So let's do another 80. There we go. And we'll just keep an eye on things. Really, it could all go into the same storage hopper, like I said. Shouldn't be a problem. But that's pretty awesome, actually, because what it means is I can just dump a stack of 100 in there, and there'll be some left over, but eventually it'll all kind of balance itself out, right? So all the plates should go into here, and all the PCBs should go into here, right? And that looks like it's working pretty much beautifully. And our research pod assembler is crafting, which is what I would want to see. Nice. So we've got plates coming in, we've got this thing empty, and this thing should wind up in about 3 seconds or so, having a research pod in him. Nice, 1XL experimental pod. Beautiful. So that's actually working pretty well. So the fact that the stampers and the extruder operate at the same speed is what I'm relying on this working for. We could have used conveyor turntables, because those guarantee that there's going to be an even distribution of items, as long as there's room for those even distribution of items. But I think that would have been a larger system. I think this is actually pretty darn compact. And to be honest with you, I could probably even compact this some more if I wanted. You know what? I think just for fun, I'm going to do that. Let's give this guy a minute to clear out. And then I'm going to, for fun, compact him even more. Because I'm going to actually go with the one storage hopper method, which I think should be fine. All right, so the last research pod is running, so let's remove this thing. And what I'm going to do is make this even more compact, right? So if I did this, and then I went over here, and did that, and then rotate this guy like so, and this thing into here, that should be cool, right? So in theory, that should be super compact. Cool. So these guys feed into there, those guys feed into that line, all the components go into here, and this remove only into the research pod assembler. I think it'll be all right that the research pod assembler works off of one of these. So let's do gold as our next test. So we'll do 80 of these. And then let's watch. So the plates should all go down there beautifully. And obviously, because we're using the high-speed conveyors, we've got plenty of speed going. And then this thing runs and takes care of that. So we've got plenty of gold plates in there. We're going to get those, and then this thing should start running in a moment once this finalizes. So once this thing kicks off, we'll know that it's fine pulling. Yes, nice. So that, in my opinion, is a super compact and pretty efficient way of doing research pods. I mean, I could probably even pull this back a little bit, right? We don't really need these 2 conveyor lines anymore, but it's fine. I think it's good. So I'm going to repeat this over here probably. So let's do that real quick, and then we're going to wrap up the episode because it's about that time. So we will put... we will have a stamper plant here, and then a stamper plant here and here with this guy here. We'll have 2 downward slopes here and here, which feed into a conveyor line here, 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 and here. These guys run into this. There's a storage hopper here, which is set to remove only. There's a research assembler here with this guy on top set to add only, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Oh right, then we need the other line thing, so we'll do extrusion followed by coiler followed by PCB assembler followed by 1, 2 going into there like that. Nice and compact, right? So let's just test it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we should wind up with 3 steel bar plates. Yeah, look at that. 1, 2, 3. And then that goes into there. And then we just need this guy to have a little power buffer. And that should be groovy. Nice, right? I think that's pretty cool. I think that's actually very cool. And this thing's running already? Almost. We're probably waiting for 1 more of those. Oh, our plates aren't going in. There we go. Now we're cruising. Beautiful. Running. Awesome. Very cool. All right, wrapping up point time. Ep20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. This is, like I said, in my opinion, super compact, and I'm very proud of it because that is awesome. All right, guys, take it easy.